Church folks be talking in church attire.
You are live. Here we go.
All right, so I want to see if I can get some of these. I guess we can't move this. We did this yesterday.
No, we cannot. Remember we tried that last week.
Mhm.
So leave it. Let's leave it on it.
Don't worry about it. Wait, I can't see myself though. All right, let's get started because
You want to flip
time is of the
essence,
essence, right? Which is absolutely my favorite.
Okay, right.
Afrobeat
so I'm
song.
gonna put 45 minutes. Make sure we.
No, let's go. Let's go. We're not doing all that background stuff. We got to get going.
Put it right here.
Are you ready?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
It's literally a clock there.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Child.
Child of God.
Only Jesus can help you.
Good evening.
Welcome
to
Church Folks Be Talking.
I would say in Jamaica, church folks be chatting.
Yamming.
Not yamming, chatting.
Oh, that yamming is cooking.
No,
it's eating.
Oh, Lord.
Church folks be yamming.
Nah, this is such a food.
Crystal's gonna get me wrong. Crystal's gonna get me wrong. She don't even say it like that.
We have a Jamaican.
Nevertheless,
right?
Nevertheless, we want to welcome everyone here today, this evening, and today our topic is
receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts.
Love language.
We are working down the ladder, so to speak. We have talked about words of affirmation. We've talked about quality time. And now today we are talking about the third of 5 receiving gifts. Love language of receiving gifts. Okay.
Receiving gifts.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, we have a quote about marriage. So we always do that. You gotta introduce yourself.
Oh my name is Pastor P. Is in the house.
That's what we're gonna do every time. You switch it up. Now you're pastoring it out.
Nah. Well, my name is Dr. Graham Brown.
You better talk about what you paid for. I know I am. I'm Dr. Frankie. Come on. Come on, student loans. Okay.
Somebody send a check.
Come on, student loans. Let's go.
In this subscription.
That's right. We take Venmo, PayPal, Cash App.
We take picture.
We take cash. That's it.
All right, come on,
let's
somebody.
Go. Give us the quote for this evening.
This is what Socrates said about receiving gifts when it comes to marriage. Yes.
What I tell you?
Oh. He writes.
All this talking, all this
but all means married. If you get a good wife, you will become happy. If you get a bad one, you will become a philosopher. So which one do you want to be? A philosopher or a happy husband, a happy wife? Let's be honest. Everybody's been a philosopher. No, not me.
Okay. not you. Because this all right here is pretty dope. All right, so that's where we're going to start today. We're talking about receiving gifts, and we're really going to follow a plan today. We plan on getting the information in and getting you out. All right. So this evening, receiving gifts. What is that? When we left you guys on last week, we were talking about not really understanding what receiving gifts is, what that looks like. And I've already said it quite covertly. This is not his love language. I think it's mine when I did the survey, but I really pushed it further down the line because I knew I didn't get gifts. So as I was reading through the material, I thought to myself, I do like receiving gifts. I just don't get them. So I think I've just suppressed it. I just suppressed it knowing that I never get them. So I don't make an attention to look forward to it. All right. But let's talk about it. Receiving gifts happens to be one of the most misunderstood of the love languages. And why would you think that? Why would you think that most people really frown down? It's like the step cousin. It's like the fourth cousin removed of the love languages. Why do you think that?
What I think that?
Why do you think most people think that receiving gifts is the most misunderstood love language?
I don't know. Could it be from a man perspective that we don't? I don't know. I may be wrong, guys. Please let me know. Any brothers on the line here, let me know. Probably men do not think about giving gifts in order for the wife to receive gift, or the man does not want
I
to
don't
receive.
know. I know.
I don't know.
I know a few guys, and some of my friends have male friends and spouses that are really good gift givers. I
Mm.
mean, they really are intentional about giving gifts. So I'm just gonna say it's you. You don't give
Well,
gifts.
there's a number of category here that I could touch on,
But
but before we go
let me
on
tell
that,
you why.
yeah.
Because most people think that if you acknowledge that receiving gifts is your love language, most people will say, "Oh, well, you're materialistic. You're too much into things. And if a man has to buy you things to win your love, then that's not love at all." Also, people say that people who find receiving gifts as your love language, they think that they're frivolous or they consider those people to be shallow. Now, if receiving gifts is your love language, if you've taken that survey, I'm sure you're not that kind of person at
But let's be
all.
honest with you, though, because even though I may not be the person who give gifts very often, but when it comes to selecting gifts, I'm pretty good at it.
What gifts have you selected and for who?
For you, I mean, don't I select
Okay. Okay.
the
Let's
good
we'll work.
necklace
I bought
gifts?
this.
No, I'm not talking about
Oh,
this.
okay. I was gonna say I picked this out, and
Hey,
I've had this for a
it's not
while
money about it too. So
before we got together.
no.
And I must say, I was
But
dating
anyway,
you for this.
nah. But I don't know. Gifts is not just I guess
Well, let's talk about it, and that's why it's misinterpreted. Most people think that it's all about the tangible things, but we're going to talk about the science or even the spirituality behind why giving gifts is just as important as its other counterparts.
right,
Okay, for the matter, gift giving is simply a way of a person feeling that they are loved, right? It's all about the symbolism.
right.
It's all about the memories. If someone gives you a gift, you're able to look at that gift years, decades down the line, especially if you're like me. If you hold on to stuff for a long time, right? You'll realize you'll say, "Oh my god, this gift is I remember when I got this gift. I was at so and so's event and this happened. I remember what I wore. At least I'm like that." And it provides a sense of nostalgia for the gift.
So
It's
let me
the
ask you a
E for
question then.
effort.
Since you the love language is receiving gifts,
Hmm.
do you by receiving gifts do you also reciprocate? Does it come to you
Well,
naturally to reciprocate back to others?
I love giving gifts. I just don't have enough money to give gifts. But I I always think about, man, if I had this, I would send this. Like my one of my besties just bought a house. And I was like, man, if I had the money, I would send her an edible arrangement. I would send her a gift to commemorate her moving into her new house.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
You're
So
very good at that.
it's
You're
the
very good
thought.
at
I
that.
really heavily have thought about things that I would love to do for my friends and my family. I just can't do it because I don't, that's probably why also that's not my gift because I can't do it. Right.
Right.
But let's be honest, if we're looking and not even being honest, if we're being factual, it's not always about the monetary amount. It's not how much the gift costs. It's really about the thought. It's the thought that counts, is really the mantra of gift giving in this
Yeah,
particular love
but for
language.
me, you know this with me sometimes, and you and I kind of go back and forth on this. You always said to me, well, you don't have to do anything expensive, trying to have the amount of money to do it. It's just the thought about doing something together. And for me,
Well,
I'm the
I
type
just
of
say that
person.
I say that because I know your budget. No, I ain't gonna press you to buy me nothing because I got the same bank account as you do.
But no, come on, But one thing my wife do know is
But I
this:
always say it's not about the price; it's the thought.
it's the
It's
thought, and
always
that's
the
the thing.
thought.
But for guys, I know if any guy can resonate with me.
Okay.
Sometimes you want to have. I'm not. Yeah, the money shouldn't be a factor, but it is a factor because at time you want to go out your best to get you a nice gift.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I need like a $500,000. I mean,
Yeah. I've always said
$5,000.
it doesn't have. You don't have to buy me a diamond ring. It's just the thought that counts. So like,
Right.
I'm a sentimentalist. So I remember seeing maybe a commercial or something, and this guy just took little gum wrappers and he wrapped it up and created like a little ring, and he put it on the girl's finger. And I thought that was just the cutest gesture. And to me, I was like, you put thought into doing it. And I would take, I mean, I want diamonds, but I would take something just because you thought about it.
So let me ask a question now. I know when I proposed to you and I gave you that vintage ring, were you expecting a vintage ring?
I picked it out.
No, I picked it out, not you.
We were at the same
No, no.
store.
I went.
We were at Kay's
I went to Kay's
together.
and picked that out and surprised you with that. So don't even.
No.
No.
We picked out the ring, and I said, "Okay, I got the ring. So I still want you to come back to my house and propose to me like a real person usually is supposed to." That's how it went down.
I picked up.
You were like, "Yo, you want to get married?" I was like, "Yep, let's go to the store."
I bought you the ring, and you said no. Let's do it in front of your mom.
I said, you have to ask my mom's blessing,
right?
And come and act like a real person.
I choose
act like a real guy,
because I
a real
picked
man.
that vintage ring, and you love that
Let's
ring. But
see.
Anyway,
This is how we. This is how we. Let's go. All that to say, that's the importance of yeah.
What you said?
I don't know. Me and this. You know what?
Listen,
sorry.
we get better. We get
We're gonna get stuff.
Look at that.
I'm with you all the way.
But go ahead.
So let's talk about moving into that. It's about the nostalgia. It's about the effort. It's not necessarily always about the price. It's just about the fact that, and I have a note here. The most important part about giving gifts is it makes the person feel seen, it makes the person feel heard, and it makes the person feel appreciated. If you take time out of your busy day and acknowledge me or just think about me outside of your regular routine.
Right.
I
mean, I do try my best to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's not all about you. I mean, we all have our struggles, and that is yours.
But understand of coming from, is when the man is seen as a provider at times, not at times.
Why you getting all quiet? Now you getting all quiet?
No, I'm not getting quiet.
Let's go. You just got all this excuses. Nevertheless, let's go. Let's see. What's the Bible say about it?
Well, okay. So the scripture talk about
let's get you out of your rut and go to Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? That's good. Let's get. Come on, Holy Spirit.
Come on, Jesus.
Amen.
Help a brother out.
I'm not Jesus. So.
Oh, I didn't say he was Jesus.
I thought you said I was.
Come on, Jesus, maybe.
No, but the scripture said in 2 Corinthians 8:12, said Paul said, if there is a willing mind, it is accepted according to what he does not have. Which means that even though you don't have the amount to give, but you have a willing heart to give it, that is more important, right? It's just like the woman at the well who just have a small amount of, say, in today's day would be 25 cents. And she put it in the well, and Jesus said that woman gave all that she has from her heart. So it's all about giving it from your heart, right? The meaning behind it.
I agree.
So as you said, it's not just the monetary aspect of it.
Right. I think the effort increases the value of the gift. What it symbolizes increases the currency, so to speak, of what the true gift is. And I think that goes a long way. Let me ask
yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Probably want to ask, probably may lead into.
Well, I was going to ask you a question. Can you think of a gift that you were gifted that took your breath away or left a long-lasting impression? It doesn't have to be for me, but just in general. Can you think of a time when you received a gift where you were blown away and it kind of sticks in your mind? It could be from any era of life.
Wow, that's a tough one. And the reason why I say it's a tough one, I was not the type of person that receive a lot of gifts.
Okay.
And that's why, your question kind of go into the different categories, because sometimes it's good to understand the context where people are coming from, the cultural context or the home context, because, if you fall in one of these categories, guys, I am not a giver.
So does that mean that you do not remember? Did you answer the question?
It's hard.
Can you remember a time?
I can't remember a particular gift that I was excited, except you.
I'm the gift.
Yeah, you're the gift.
I appreciate it.
No, but seriously though, I really cannot remember a gift that I really can say. leave an impressible uh, thought on my spirit that I can
Have you
remember.
ever
I
had
can't
like
remember.
a favorite Christmas gift or anything like that from youth or today or nothing like
In
that?
Jamaica,
Y'all don't celebrate Christmas in
yeah, we
Jamaica?
celebrate Christmas in Jamaica, but I can't remember one gift.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
and that's the honest truth because I
Okay.
don't get tied up into the holidays like that.
Okay.
You
That's
know,
true. You're not a holiday person, which okay, could explain a lot. Go ahead and go to
yeah,
that and then I'll give you my
yeah, and like I said,
examples.
one of the categories now, I am not a giver, depending on what your own setting look like.
Many
This,
women or men fall into one of these
yeah,
categories
one of these
when it
categories.
comes into gift
I didn't
giving.
receive many gifts growing up, and that was me, right?
Okay. You're either not a gift giver, you didn't receive gifts when you were growing up.
And I never learned how to select gifts.
Okay. You
Got
never learned.
opportunity, and finally, it doesn't come naturally for me, and it doesn't come naturally for
So
me.
you fall under all those
Oh my
categories.
God.
You're all four?
I
Oh,
embody all
oh my
four.
God. I should have
But no,
asked
but
you that in
seriously
the
though, but
beginning.
my mom was a giver. You know,
Gift giver or
yeah.
just a giver? There's a
Man,
difference.
she gives, she
Okay,
she
so she
buy
doesn't
clothes.
count.
Yeah, but
That's interesting.
it's not really something that
So
I
that's why I don't receive gifts. It's because you were not a gift giver.
right. And
Okay.
when it comes to I will give you,
That
but you know
sucks.
I go all the way sometimes.
Well, I like your sentiments when you say, if I could, I would.
Right.
I'll take that to the bank and I'm going to hold you to it when you can. Because I want you to will.
Yeah.
So that's fine. For me, some of the gifts I put down, I was thinking about our church members. They're so considerate sometimes. Sometimes we can they're so considerate sometimes. And when they go out of town on vacation, just recently my daughter's godmother brought us back a cute little sombrero with a little drink as a gift. And she always brings the girls t-shirts back when she comes from Jamaica. And then we had a family that lives in Paris and a family that went to Paris. They came back and brought us lovely Paris lotions, Paris
Yes.
lotions and
Right.
whatnot. So I thought those are great. But the
Yes.
biggest gift that I can imagine, the biggest gift that I remember that really meant a lot to me was when you bought me the record player slash cassette players slash CD
Oh,
player
here we
slash radio.
go, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
had been talking about I want albums, I want this, even though I really had to drop the hints. I just knew that you were never going to get it for me.
That's what you
And
perceive.
then I finally actually got it. I really was touched. I was touched. I actually cried, and I remember telling one of my telling my homegirl, I actually felt seen and I felt loved and I felt heard because I had been saying I wanted this for so long,
Guys.
and I
Sometimes,
finally got it.
sometimes my wife think that I don't hear
You
her.
don't.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
But
don't.
I do. Sometimes I
All
pretend
right.
I don't hear her.
Well,
Sometimes.
you be
But
pretending.
no, but
You be
on a
pretending
serious
for
note,
real because I don't. I
But
don't get it.
I decided just to. I knew she was talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I know this is very sentimental to her.
Well, because I remember my mom used to have a record player.
Right, you said
and
that a lot.
on Saturday mornings,
Right.
as Zola always says, I put my record player on, and I listen to my albums, and I clean up the house. And I remember her doing that so vividly in my head. And in my mind, if I can recreate that, it brings me closer to her.
And I think, and that's one of the reasons
as she's
why
gone.
this is one of the reasons why I got it for her, because this record player would have, bring back some memory of her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I went ahead. And I guess for me, it has to be that moment.
What
I don't know, like the moment that your mom passed away,
mm-hmm.
and some item, as Dr. Gary said, is a visual thought, it's a symbol,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I guess that moved me because I find that to be very sentimental to you. So that I find the meaning to really give you something that has a meaning behind it, that has a value, that could connect to your mom,
Mm-hmm.
bring back memories. So
yeah.
And those are the special moments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, a gift given from a compulsive heart is not a true gift. In other words, you don't feel compelled to do it or forced to do it. It should come naturally.
Right.
And I should say it doesn't come naturally for me because I'm not a gift giver. But at that moment and that
Okay.
time,
I was gonna say was that a compulsive gift?
no,
Did I
no, no, no,
force you to
no,
give that
no.
gift
As
to
I
me?
said, no. At that moment and that time, I could see the importance of that um music box that you wanted player
You sound so old.
meant a lot. I know,
Music,
I know.
that old music box, that phonograph.
Phonograph. But anyway, but I see how that would cheer her up, you
Yeah.
know, to bring some
It
light
has.
back. And
It
it
has.
has.
I
It
love.
has.
I love turning on my
Yeah.
radio and listening to little
And then, guys,
static.
then think about it. Why would she have old time record without having that? That's like
I had records before I had a record
I know
player.
you have record, but you need
I was just
something
waiting
to play.
on.
Right.
I was just waiting on the record, but that in itself should have been like, why does she get records and no record player?
But it's understand the value
Definitely.
of giving, and I kind of like what Jesus said. You know, guys, you know me. I have to bring in the scripture here because it is a compass.
Well,
He said, Luke chapter
we got to be
6,
church
38,
folks
said,
talking.
yeah, give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. So you give without any contingency behind it. You just give because God has given the greatest gift. And that should and guys, believe you me, I'm growing into that. So that's one area of my life that I've not mastered because I said, you know, I would not receive a lot of gift in my context, and you know, I'm not a giver, so I'm growing. So
I remember, what was that when you turned 40? Have we been together that long?
Yeah, dang.
I threw you your first birthday party.
Yeah.
In Kentucky. It was your very first birthday party.
I remember it at home, yes.
In Kentucky. And you had 40 years, he had never had a birthday party.
Right.
And
I put
that together.
It's unique, right? Because my siblings would because my nephew was born on the same month. Mm-hmm. And it would be February the 5th, I'm February the 1st. So when they throw a birthday party, I never go. Yeah. I never went down there. So it was very hard for me even to celebrate. You know, pretty much I was like a doll growing up. No excitement.
I don't know how we got together because you were just a rag of a bag of wet rags.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I know how we got together.
You know how we got together.
But that's a whole different
because I was working on looking buff and all that stuff.
That's a whole different story.
Let's keep it real.
You know who else talks about the greatest gift of all? Who? Whitney Houston.
Okay,
she believes the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside.
Is that well, that's really into the gift.
Give them a sense of pride. I'm done.
But you know, when you give, you know, the Bible says something very interesting.
Yes.
That you don't give in order to receive.
True.
Because even sinner does that.
True.
So when we give, it's a higher calling. We give without any contingency.
I think that's the best part of a friendship. That's the best part of a marriage.
So let me ask
a question then.
How do you feel then if with that reference there that if you give me something that was very sentimental to me, mm-hmm. and somehow I didn't return something back, would you feel hurt by that?
No.
What are you expecting anything?
I mean, if I give you something truly from the bottom of my heart, it's never the goal for you to be like, oh, let me find something. Let me find something out of here and give you a gift. You know, that's not the premise. I'm giving it to you because I love you and I want you to have it. Now, later down the years, when we have a good strong argument, I'll be like, remember when I gave you that gift and you didn't give me nothing back?
Well, that's be a compulsive.
That's not compulsive. I'm just saying. Then I just start tabulating things, but
but no, we've never. But seriously, if it's tabulating stuff,
we've never
really.
I've never had
upon.
Yeah, but no, I'm joking. I've never had a thing that if I give you something, I expect you I never expect to give you something back. Nope. So let's move forward with that. Okay. So my next thing is, if you're not a gift giver, or your spouse is a member of receiving gifts, the question is, how do you activate this gift? since you say that you're kind of stoic in the gift giving area, what does that look like? So some of the things that you can do in order to activate your gifts or activate the gift of gift giving is to remember important days and holidays.
Oh wow!
Right?
Yes.
Don't forget your girl's birthday. Don't forget your dude's birthday. All
No,
right.
I never get my girl's
or important
birthdays,
No, I'm talking about me.
yeah.
Okay. Giving gifts, give gifts on an ordinary day are important. Just because that also signifies just how much you mean to me, right? And another one is, like you said before, gifts come from the heart of love toward another person. So
Right.
give a gift that is truly from the heart, and that makes a big difference.
And that's go to the essence also that the greatest gift, the tangible gift that you can give that speak louder than physical gift is yourself.
You know what you should have said
Yeah.
when I asked you what your favorite gift was that you ever received? Me. You messed up everything we just talked about in that last podcast. You ain't getting no loving for that one.
I'm getting some loving tonight.
Look, no.
Nah, but seriously, nah. My wife is a gift. Is a blessing. The Bible say, you know, all perfect gifts come from above.
Amen.
From the hand of the Lord.
I just floated out the sky.
No, you didn't float it.
But
Go. The best way of giving gifts is giving the gift of self or presence.
Yeah.
Because one of the things you always told me, and it's sometimes it's come back into my mind that, I'd rather seeing you there, be there with me.
Yeah. So, you know what I've always wanted? This is really random, but I think about, and you're right, pal. Gifts are giving. I would much rather give gifts, honestly, than to receive gifts. It makes me feel so good when I can give someone a gift. It really signifies how much I care about them, especially if it's not their birthday, if it's just a just because gift. Those mean a lot. I've always wanted. I hope you listen one day when you get your when we get our stuff together. I want a car with a big red bow on the top. Maybe that's another thing that happens on the internet or on TV shows, especially around Christmas. People have those big BMWs and stuff, and she'd be like, "I love it. I want a car with a big bow on top."
Well, you
I've just said that.
God, I hit the lottery for that.
we clearly ain't winning that $2 billion because someone in California.
But seriously though,
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about
one of the things that we need to talk about too, and you can probably attest to this, that the biggest gift is having the physical presence being there during time of crisis. When your spouse is going through some crisis moment in your life and they need you, it require your presence to be there with your significance. What you think about that?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. You keep trying to throw it in there. I mean, I guess I'm taking a thought for granted that you're gonna be there anyway. So I don't consider your presence to be a gift.
Don't I be there?
I'm saying, so that's not really a gift. I mean, you're there.
No, but Dr. Gary Chapman said, this is one of the most significant gifts that we can give to our spouse is make our presence known during time of crisis. No, this is true.
Well, that's
because emotionally, I mean, don't you think you want your man or your husband to be by your side where you emotionally go into some situation?
But I'm not thinking that as a gift.
You see, that's the problem. Because when we think about gift, we are talking about this thing that's wrapped up and have nice things inside the box. Sometimes the greatest gift that you can ever have is your spouse being right there by your side, and in time of difficulty and challenges, that person is there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll think about that gift after it's over, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad you were there," but it's still not a gift.
And it not, because even why you said that, because
this is why this is not neither one of our love languages,
right? But one thing it does say is that
I want stuff
that manifests to your spouse, the one who is a receiver of gift, becomes a symbol of your love for that person. Yeah. Right. So let me clarify that a little bit.
It says being there when your spouse needs you speaks loudly to the one whose love language is receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts.
Right? Okay. What else you got?
Okay.
Your body becomes the symbol of your
Your body becomes similar of your love for your spouse.
It's all right.
But not you see, and that's why gift is one of the most the least
most misunderstood
misunderstanding, because the world said when we're talking about gifts, the world is saying that I give you a bag, jewelry, nice watch, everything, fur coat, and all the stuff. But sometimes being there by your spouse is a symbol of your love.
Yeah.
Nothing about it. Yeah, those
it's
stuff
all
was,
right.
no.
I was saying earlier.
You don't think that's to be?
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, that's why we're married. So
guys, what do you think? Please tell me.
That's why we're
What do you
married.
think?
So you can be by my side.
But I'm saying though, a lot of people are married and they don't understand the value of that.
Point taken. I know one particular married couple, their spouse ain't never there. They tripping, traveling, and ripping and running. And I'm like, why are you in the home with your spouse?
Right. So you see,
but I don't know. I still wouldn't say that's a gift. You know what? I want to
tell me, guys, what do you think? You think that is a gift?
I know this is church folks be talking, but I want a gift like Cardi B. I want a refrigerator full of money.
You know, you're right.
And I want some Birkin bags. I don't even know how to spell Birkin, I want elaborate stuff. See, like that.
I'm not Cardi B, so.
Point taken. Point taken. What else you got?
I'm not Offset.
Okay. I'm about to say no. He's not. Oh yeah, you definitely no. You're not. You Offset, but you're not Offset.
But here's one thing. One of the important, one of the essential point he made here, right? Yes. When it comes to receiving gifts, because oftentimes you think that your spouse know exactly what type of gifts they should give you, right? He said, don't expect him or her to read your mind.
Oh yeah,
right, and that is true.
Well, that's why I gave you the hints about my phonograph.
But that talk about when I bought you a nice perfume with your initial.
Well, I told you I wanted perfume.
Yeah, but what she didn't know is that her initial was going to be on it.
Very personalized. Yes, I appreciate that.
Very personalized. So even though she was expecting the type of perfume that she told me, I took it to the next level.
Yeah.
And I said, now let me surprise her by having her initial. And by the way, that perfume is still here today.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big old bottle, a jar. But you supposed to drink it?
No, but I'm saying it has this sentimentality. I mean, sentimentality. Yeah. Well, it has no.
It was a good gift. I mean, but I asked you for it. That's all I'm saying. I asked you for it.
Okay, exactly. So which means that he said, I don't expect them to read your mind to know exactly what you want. There's certain things I don't know what you want if you don't tell me. Now, is it wrong?
I just want you one time to buy me something. Because here's the thing. One of the things on my notes says to become fluent in your partner's love language or dialect requires active listening for cues. Okay. So that means as we're talking, as I'm saying, boy, I need my nails done. Like that means you show up and you be like, oh, babe, go get your nails done. Those are the things. Like I don't want to have to say, I want my nails done. But give me some money. But I want you to be like, babe, we're going out of town next week. Go get some money. Go get a manicure or go get a pedicure. Man, sure. That's what I want.
I can give a manicure. You don't need to go down the structure.
Look, but anyway. If it looks like your manicure, I'm good.
But as you can see, receiving gifts is not our love language.
It's mine. But I've suppressed it because I don't get gifts.
All right, I'll work on it.
Okay. All right. What you got? Let's get a few more, and then what I want to do real quick is I saw this article in Essence. Essence is a magazine, of course, for us ladies of color. And what it did was it just broke down the different love languages by zodiac sign. And I know sometimes people's like, we're not into that. But even so, maybe you are. And I just wanted to share it and tell me if your love language matches. Now, I am a Libra. And as I noted in the very first episode when we were doing our love languages, my love language is acts of service. And according to Essence, if you're a Libra, your primary and your secondary love languages are words of affirmation and acts of service. Mm-hmm. Now, Pedro, he is an Aquarius, right? And it has down your primary love language is words of affirmation, and your secondary language is acts of service.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And so those all are put together. Gemini was words of affirmation. Cancer, words of affirmation. Leo is gift giving, acts of service. Virgo is acts of service, quality time. Scorpio's physical touch, acts of service. Sagittarius is gift giving and physical touch. And I say this, I think it's kind of funny because my mom was a Sagittarius, and that's all she ever wanted. Every time we went somewhere, make sure you give me a gift. Don't forget to give me a t-shirt. Don't forget to give me a magnet. And that's why my refrigerator is just full of random stuff, because every time we went somewhere, I had to bring something back. And
so would you say then, would you say when I went to this father's dinner, strong father's dinner, and I brought you home those two?
That is it. Now you're making it make sense. Right. He went to a strong father's dinner, and he knows I love cannolis. And so he went to this dinner, was gone all day again, mind you, on a Sunday. That's why we didn't have church folks be talking. And he came back and he was like, babe, we had all this great food, and look what I bought you. And he opened up this napkin, and it had 2 cannolis in it. And it was late, and I was like, roar. But then that next day, I was so grateful for that. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And that's.
But you say I do pay attention.
Pisces, acts of service, quality time. Aries, words of affirmation, quality time. And then Taurus, gift giving and physical touch.
So would you consider then the gift of encouragement? Would you receive that as a gift?
No. I mean, yeah. But you can't put it in a box unless you like write a note. Right? I appreciate encouragement. I do. Like if I'm having a hard day and I'm just like, I need you to keep going. I need you to press forward. That is a good gift. But for me, that falls along the lines of words of affirmation.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Versus gifts of encouragement.
You remember I got you.
You can't
remember,
you can't put a price on encouragement.
Jewelry, and I got you some jewelry that you didn't like. Skin kind of reacted to it. but I don't know. But you know.
I can't. I mean, you.
Okay, you remember those jewels I bought from Richard?
Yeah, those broke my neck out.
No, those jewels didn't break your neck out.
Where you going?
I mean, it wasn't as expensive, but it was really
it was sweet. It was something you thought of.
Right.
I wouldn't have picked it out myself.
But I
made an outfit to figure out what it went with, and I worked with it. I thought it was sweet.
Yeah. And then she put it down, and she had nowhere for.
It's in a closet somewhere.
4 years.
Where's yours at that you bought? I didn't see you wear it. You had a bracelet and you had a chain. You ain't rocked neither one.
No, because I'm the type of person don't wear jewelry like that.
Okay, well neither am I.
Right, so.
That's okay.
Unless it's not too expensive. Yeah.
But nevertheless, I think it's the idea. If you do something that I don't have to tell you I want it, that makes sense. Like let's go. Let's give a couple examples as we're getting ready to wrap it up. We're not going to hold you to this long. We're not going to hold you this long, because again, this isn't our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So we're
being
obedient to the spirit.
A manicure, pedicure, massage. 55 ideas.
So we have an article and it discussed 55 ideas, 55 examples. If gift giving is your language, or if you know someone who enjoys gift giving, here are a few examples that we could give you guys.
Now I put here
start from the beginning.
A piece of jewelry with special meaning.
A piece, yeah. You know what I always do? I have a couple girlfriends and I have a couple sorority sisters that every time I buy new earrings, I love this place called Anthropology. And they're like, "Oh, Sora, your earrings are so cute," or "Oh, girl, your earrings are so cute." And I'm like, "Thank you." And we'll spend the weekend together. And then usually after the weekend is over, I take my earrings off and I say, "Here, you can take these with you."
Now, does that mean?
And that makes me feel good because when they get to wear them again, they're like, "Oh, my Sora gave me these," or "Oh, Frankie gave me these." But
does that mean that now, if I'm the type of person don't really get into the gift thing, does that make me as a husband insensitive?
It just means
making a man who maybe
it just means that's something you need to work on.
Okay, great.
Because I truly believe that women, while we have our primary and we have our secondary love languages, we enjoy a little bit of everything. We enjoy a little bit of everything. I love getting gifts. I just don't have it high on my hierarchy because I know you don't give gifts.
Right.
So I got to know what I'm working with.
But she doesn't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What's
An
the second
afternoon of pampering, including manicure, pedicure, massage, and lunch. I remember one time we kind of treat each other. We go for a massage. That's a long time ago.
Man.
That was really nice. No, but we did. Remember when we went to this place together?
Next.
No.
You stretching because we don't got it. We don't do it like that.
Okay.
Fill up your gas tank.
Right.
That's a win-win. If your husband or your spouse or whomever can say, "Hey, babe, before you go to work on Monday, I got a full tank of gas," especially with inflation, that's a key. He's a keeper. She's a keeper.
All right. Next one is a basket of fruit. By the way, my wife don't eat fruit.
Look.
So scratch that one up.
I will if it's edible. You put some chocolate on that thing. Put some chocolate on it. I'm gonna eat it. I love a good edible arrangement.
Now and then, I don't do it very often. I get you some flowers, some roses, and bring it home to you.
I told you before that the best set of flowers I have gotten till this date are the flowers my church got me for my birthday. Yeah, you didn't. Those are the prettiest. Those melted my heart. Those are the prettiest flowers. The flowers that he gives me, no shade, are from the grocery store. They still got the receipt in it. They still got the price tag on it.
But you remember what it said. It's coming from the heart.
They ain't got no food to feed the flowers.
It's coming from the heart. Okay, grab a bottle of their favorite wine on your way home. Yeah, sometimes I would ask you.
Grab a favorite wine, or just a good beverage. What's your favorite drink? If you bring me home tonight, babe, I was thinking about you. It was so hot. Here's a nice cold Pepsi.
I know you're right. Now, if you cannot do this year, if your economic disposition,
if your resources say so,
resources,
go
take them on an all-inclusive date where they can order anything they want, and you would take care of it. All right. Number 8, make a regular event like a birthday extra special by giving them a small gift every day for a week leading up to their birthday. Now, this is something that we could practice. I know one thing I give you kudos for that you always, and my wife does a good job on this. You know, when it comes to my birthday, she go all her way. And when it comes to her birthday,
I feel so slighted.
Yeah.
Pedro's birthday is February 1st. Zola's birthday is March 3rd. Zaren's birthday is August 11th. I plan at least 3 to 6 months in advance for everybody's birthday. We do something major, and I be so excited about my birthday. What do I get? I gotta plan my own birthday. I get nothing. Like I said last week, what did I get for my birthday? A Mother's Day card. Don't do the countdown.
Okay.
When I'm talking about what I don't get for my birthday.
All right, but the brother's gonna work on it though. I'm gonna work on it.
You see, I'm bitter because it's the second episode we didn't talked about it.
Lord, you all pray for me tonight.
You need to be listening for cues.
Hey, y'all pray for me tonight.
You ain't getting nothing.
I'm getting something.
No.
Take them on a shopping spree and buy them anything they choose. But don't I?
Nope.
No.
Next.
No.
This is not our.
Sometime I would give her some money. I said, baby, it's all yours. Don't I do that?
You be breaking me off a couple 5 and 10s.
No, a couple 5 and 10.
You be like, look, I got a little extra money from
100, 200. Come on now. Let's keep it real now. That's right.
And then you be like, baby, let me get that back so I can pay them. Let me get the back so I can pay the Connie.
No, that's not true.
Baby, let me get that back.
That's not true.
Let me get some money. He give it to me, then he be asking for it right back.
No.
Baby, let me pull the gas money in the car.
This one we did love, though.
I'm like, how you gonna just willingly give me something and then be like, we gotta pay a bill with it? Let me hold on to it real quick. Okay.
Plan a picnic and include all of their favorite food. I know my wife, her time was quality time as well.
It used to be.
And then one of the things. It
still is. I enjoy quality time.
I remember the time we went to the park, Van Cortlandt Park, and we did a picnic, and that was so meaningful to you. And I enjoyed it too. It really gave us that quality time and to talk. And
you're like, I'm going to take you on a picnic. Make sure you get the food ready.
Oh, but one thing. Grab them their usual coffee order from their favorite coffee. Now, you remember when you and I was working in Kentucky?
You do that often. You'll say, you want some coffee from McDonald's? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
Now, if I mean, wait, what? Remember, when we lived in Kentucky, we used to work, that you worked that Saturday? I recall you said, babe.
Again, that was when we were dating, and you actually
But I still
put
do it
effort,
today, right?
and you'd bring like craft coffee. You bring like Starbucks. Now it's just like, you want some McDonald's coffee for $1? Before, I got foam and stuff on it, hella cinnamon, little mocha. Now he'd be like,
that's when the better was working too.
Now he like, you want 5 sugars or 4?
sugar on low.
Damn resources.
I know.
Be low.
But anyway, off on a side, but you know, guys, we are learning to work with what we have and to improve as well.
Period.
You know, because one thing I can say before we're done is this, you know, our experience that we go through really taught me something about my wife. And that is, you know, she didn't marry me or be with me for the resource that I have. Because really, I don't have as much.
I mean, I think you just put up a good front, because we were dating. Boy, I got everything. When I was dating, he bought me a watch. He bought me a necklace. He used to buy me a lot of stuff while we were dating in the courting phase. And, you know, I was like, okay. And now you want 5 sugars or you want 4 sugars? I was like, damn, what happened?
You know what happened? Because sometimes,
but you know what? But either way, I love you anyway.
Right.
And it was never. That was the way to get. That was the way to get me in. And I know, honestly,
no, it was not the way to get.
If you had it,
you know, I have a great heart.
Right. Yeah, you do, and that's what I see. I know your heart speaks louder than your paycheck. So, so eventually we're gonna cash that heart in. And Mama gonna go on a shopping spree.
The time will come.
The time will come when we get to live lavish. Yeah. You know, until then, we just gonna eat ramen noodles. But we're gonna eat them with love.
But my wife is the greatest gifter.
Thank you.
To be honest with you. All joke aside, I'm serious when I'm saying this here. She really is. You know, she has been a blessing to me. But let me tell you something, man. What woman a man can have that love the way she loved our daughters. And let me tell you, I'm not telling her this, she's a great mom to our children, to our daughters. Okay. And I'm truly blessed. That's the greatest gift that I can ever receive from the Lord. I'll take that car.
I'll take the car with the bowl. That'll be the greatest gift I ever
Now, trust me, you know me, baby. You know me. You know me that if I have the money,
I know, and that's why that's why we still kicking it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be like Taraji on Acrimony. I'm not gonna let you go, and then you hit the lottery or you do something magnificent.
Well, you don't try to
and then all that person got that money that was supposed to be. That was my yacht. That was my car.
The Bible says, greater love
killing all y'all.
has no one than to lay down one life for his friend. Amen. And let me tell you, I would do anything for my wife, and she knows that. She don't have to pretend. She knows that.
Thank you, pal.
Yeah, she knows that. She knows that I would do anything for her.
I know you would. And I appreciate it, as I would you. And so I guess the moral of the story is, it's not always about the gifts, right? Gifts are great. They're freaking fabulous. I would love more of them, but that doesn't indicate your love for a person. And so that's why it's the most misunderstood, because people think that gifts are relative to your being materialistic, when it's really about the sentimental value. Mm-hmm. But also, you don't have to. One of the things, one example is you can just write handwritten love notes to your spouse. There's your words of encouragement.
But you're not in that. But once in a while, I will send you a text.
You send me these off-put emojis that have nothing to do with anything. It's like a man running over a hurdle. He's like, I love you. And I'm like, what's that got to do with life?
I'm running for love.
Oh my God. I can't. Or you're number one. I'm like, what sport is this? I feel like
this means that you're number one. You're number one in my life.
I appreciate it.
You saw she missing these symbols.
Oh my God.
Of my love.
Yeah. You work with what you got.
All right.
In other news. Let's do some announcements real quick as we're concluding. Other news, we're moving our time up to 7. Like I said, we're looking all dapper today because we celebrated our church's 56th anniversary. and we just came straight from dinner here and live online. So we're going up, especially with daylight savings time. We're going to move it over to 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And in addition, we have another round of news. Pedro, you want to share it? I'm hoping you know the news I'm going to actually say.
Podcast on Apple.
We have officially launched our podcast, Church Folks Be Talking, on Apple Podcasts.
Yay.
So we have our first 5.
And also let them know that we're going out of town.
Oh, we will. Well, we're next week. Church Folks gonna be on assignment. We're gonna be in New Orleans. We're gonna be in New Orleans. So we might do something pre-recorded. I don't know, but stay tuned to the channel and we'll let you know. We're gonna do a little couple things there. Hashtag content, and we'll figure out what we can do. So we're moving up to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard on Sundays. You can find us at Church Folks Be Talking on your Apple Podcasts. Oh, and then Sunday TBA. We'll let you know. And that concludes all of our church announcements. Y'all
and please,
have a
guys,
blessed day.
subscribe to our lunch notes.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already for the most up-to-date information.
And share the news. Share the news.
Share it.
Share it.
Be fair and share.
And thank you for your support, for being
and
here.
Thank you for your support.
Coming and support.
And we thank you all, and you all have a good good night. Also, to all a Merry Christmas.
And let's say this
and
here.
all a good night.
If there's something that you want to send a question from any of the previous episodes that we did, and you can send those questions, then we can do a Q&A.
You're doing a lot. Hey. We're gonna edit that out.
No.
Good. Good night, guys.
Good
Y'all
night,
have
everybody.
a great one. Enjoy your
so
week.
Tired, but thank you
Be
so
blessed
much for
and stay classy, San Diego.
Bless it. Now onto that over there. The battery died.
Sir, can I get off of here before you still talking?
Oh.
No, the storage. You ran out of storage.
Is that a phone?
Yeah.
You couldn't record no more?
No, it was out of storage.
Which means you need to delete some of the stuff after?
That's what it means. We gotta do that after this.